y'all said after class, y'all meet me post the dictionary and the other book that you said. Give us
Inshallah. The one on the dictionary. What was the other one? The one. Okay, no. طيب بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعليه وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance to the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. We seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from knowledge that has no benefit, that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, ya ikhwan, فنحمد الله الذي يسر لنا هذا اللقاء ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يباركه لنا. So we praise Allah who has made it easy for us to come together these days and meet and come together to study. And we ask that Allah Ta'ala, He bless our gatherings, our circles. وجميع حلقات العلم وجميع حلقات العلم, and all of ya ikhwan, wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh, and all of the circles of knowledge. من يذكر لنا بفائدة تتعلق بطلب العلم? Who can give us a benefit, ya ikhwan, that's connected to seeking knowledge? The seeking knowledge makes the path of Al-Jannah easy. Allahu Akbar. وهذا صحيح يا إخوان كما قال أخونا Abu Zubayr, as our brother mentioned, Abu Zubayr, that seeking knowledge makes the path to Al-Jannah easy. أي رجل ما أو امرأة ما يريدان يسهل لهما الطريق إلى الجنة عليهما بطلب العلم. So any man, any woman, any brother, any sister that would like, or that would love, that loves the path of Al-Jannah to be made easy for them, it's upon them to seek knowledge. ما دليل ذلك? What's the proof to that, يا إخوان? What's the proof that seeking knowledge can make the path of the Jannah easy for the person who's seeking knowledge? Because there's our sister Umar, she says there's a hadith that says that وهذا صحيح, that's true يا إخوان, وحديث أبي هريرة عند الإمام مسلم إلى غير جهدي في طلب العلم فعليه أن يذكر نفسه بهذا القول. Person, the student of knowledge, he gets tired, exhausted. He leans towards opposite of having diligence, becomes bored or the likes, wants to give up. And it's upon this person to remind themselves of this statement. طلب العلم طريق مسهل من الله سبحانه وتعالى إلى الجنة. That seeking knowledge is a path that is made easy, that by way of it, the entrance of Al-Jannah will be made easy. وفائدة أخرى يا إخوان ثم نبدأ to mention another benefit and then we'll start. The seeking knowledge strengthens one's intellect. MashaAllah, هذا صحيح أيضا. You can say that. It can sharpen skills, memorization. خاصة إذا يركز على الحفظ والفهم, especially if the person is focusing on memorizing and understanding. The person is focusing on Quran, especially memorizing Quran, understanding Quran. Not like most of us. ولا يركز على شيء إلا تجويد وهذا خطأ إلا جمال الصوت وهذا خطأ. Where most of us, we memorize the surah, but we don't focus on the meaning of the surah, focus on the actual understanding of the surah. What's important to us is how beautiful my voice, how beautiful do I sound. Even in Ramadan, you find many of the brothers arguing, the sisters arguing, where you going to go pray, girl? Or I'm going to go over here. The brother's voice at that masjid is more beautiful. That's most of our arguments on Ramadan. Whose recitation is the more beautiful, the most beautiful. وهذا خطأ. And that's a mistake, yeah. طيب اليوم قراءة جديدة من سورة جديدة. So now we have a new reading from a new surah. والحمد لله رب العالمين. وهي الماعون. سورة الماعون. And this surah that I have now today is the surah of الماعون. طيب فمن يريد أن يكون أول القارئ. Who wants to be the first reader يا إخوان؟ تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال فبرئ الذي يقول ولا يعود على قائد ومن يصلي صلاة سامو
ما شاء الله جميلة. أحسنت يا شيخ. طيب ومن تفضل.
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين وصحبه والذي يحضر صلاة النساء والذي يحضرون
ما شاء الله أحسنت. ومن بعدهما أيضا هو يا إخوان. أم عالية تفضلي. تفضلي.
أرأيت الذي يكذب فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين لا الذين يراءون ويمنعون الماعون.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. جميلا يا إخوان جميلا. أكرمكم الله. ومن أم عالية تفضلي.
ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون.
ما شاء الله جميلة. أكرمكم الله جميعا يا إخوان أكرمكم الله. طيب I believe our brother Abdul Raqib is at work يا إخوان. Who else do we have? إبراهيم. طيب الله تعالى speaking يا إخوان. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. طيب فنبدأ إن شاء الله تعالى بمعرفة الكلمات في بداية شرح هذه السورة. So as we normally do, ya ikhwan, let's begin with learning some of the vocabulary of the surah as we learn the explanation of the meaning of the surah. طيب اقرأ يا شيخ نكير الكلمات. Read some of the words. شيخ نكير. نعم. كذب يكذب. طيب الأولى first word of today يا إخوان. كذب يكذب. كذب يكذب. To believe something, not to believe in it, to believe it to be a lie. كذب 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 يكذب في المضارع the present tense. يكذب to lie, to deny. To deem a person to be a liar. Where's my spell? Alia, to be liar. Did I spell that right? To deny, to deem as a liar. Huh? Raise your voice some slightly, Sheikh. طيب مثلا يا اخوان هذا عكس كلمة صدق. This is the opposite of the verb صدق. صدق. Who knows صدق? صدق. صدق. Huh? صدق. طيب صدق is the opposite of كذب. صدق عكس كذب. To deem truthful, to believe in. deem truthful or true? Can you believe in something but not believe truthfulness of it? أنتم تسمعون? Everyone can hear يا إخوان. Can you believe in something and not believe the truthfulness of it? Can you believe in something but not believe the truthfulness of it? And to mine, you guys understand my question? Can you believe in something but not believe the truthfulness of it? Our sister says no. Ali says yes. Everybody says no. Sheikh Nakir. Can you believe in something but not believe of it?
No.
Our brother says no. طيب مثلا الإيمان بالنبي. طيب هذا واجب للمسلم. طيب the belief in the Prophet of Allah. الإيمان بالنبي. هذا واجب للمسلم. For a Muslim to be a Muslim, he has to believe in the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام. He has to believe in the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام. So we say الإيمان بالنبي واجب. واجب. To believe in the Messenger of Allah is wajib, obligatory. Is wajib. آية هل الإيمان به بالنسبة للإيمان بالنبي كاف is believing in the Prophet only talking about the belief in him. Is this sufficient for the Muslim to believe that the Prophet of Allah is the Prophet of Allah? When it comes to him, not talking about Ika wal Kutub والله واليوم الآخر والقدر. No. نتكلم فقط يا إخوان عن الإيمان بالنبي. Not talking about belief in Allah, belief in the angels, belief in the books, the last day, the qadr. No. Right now, my question is talking about belief in the Prophet. Is it suffice to just believe in him? Our brother says yes.
No.
Our brother says no. Yeah, believe in his message. Right. To believe in his message, is that suffice? That's enough. آية العلماء ومن باب الإيمان, the scholars يا إخوان, the chapters of belief, in the chapters of Iman, mention something else. They mention something else. إيمان بصدق خبره أو الإيمان بجميع ما يخبر عنه. They say that you have to believe also not just in him, but you have to believe in what he is saying is the truth. To believe in him is one thing. The man says, I believe in Muhammad. That's one thing. You believe in him what? That's another thing. I believe him to be a righteous man. طيب, not a Muslim yet. I believe in him to be an imam of the Muslims. طيب, not a Muslim. I believe in him to be a sheikh from the shuyukh, a great scholar from the Muslims. طيب, not a Muslim yet. You have to believe in him that he's a prophet and messenger. So believing in Muhammad is one thing. Believing in him how? What? What do you believe about him? He's a prophet and messenger. I believe that. طيب. Is that suffice? No. You can believe in something and not believe in the truthfulness of it. That's why the ulama mentioned, and you have to believe in what he's saying is the truth. His ahadith that are authentic are the truth. So that's just a benefit I wanted to share, brothers, inshallah ta'ala. Father. No. No. Hey, this is exactly the point. There are more points, ya ikhwan, than just believing in. You have to believe the Prophet of Allah, what he's saying is the truth. This is true iman. For example, to believe in what his authentic narrations, that you believe in them, meaning that they're authentic, that they're truthful. So that's the verb of today. كذب is كذب is the opposite of صدق. Now the tricky part is صدق is different than amana. Amana, that's why once again the understanding is amana. You can also translate it to be to believe. Some people translate صدق to believe. That's not all the way. Some people will add that. Some people say to believe. But we'll make it black. Some people say we're not to believe. And they also say amana means to believe. If you say صدق, you still have to explain. To believe what? To believe that whatever you talk is truthful. صدق. Amana is you're believing in something. I believe in. I believe. But you don't necessarily have to believe it's truthful. But صدق, you're believing the thing is truthful. No. So that's كذب, the opposite of صدق. All right. Next word. طيب داع يدعو. طيب داع يدعو, to repel, to push someone away. داع. The مضارع يدعو. يدعو. So it says يدفع بشدة. يدفع بشدة. He goes in a little bit, mashallah. To repel, to push away, harshly. يدفع بشدة. what he says. Someone comes to you, وَتَدُعُّهُ عَنْكَ, and you turn him away, but severely. Someone comes to ask money, and you say, get out of here, man, in a harsh way. The Muslim shouldn't do that. You should still have da'wah and husnul khuluq, even when you're saying no. You should always have good manners. Even when you're saying no, evil. Even when you differ. Your wife says something and you differ with her completely. You don't have to be ignorant. You don't have to be foolish. No, you can still show her the sunnah and your manners. You differ with your husband, he's totally wrong. You don't have to turn your nose up to him, call him names. Have al-ikhlas or husnul akhlaq, good manners in doing so. You can still have good manners. So da'a yadu'u, turn away, repel, and this is not the sunnah. So let's take one more word, ya ikhwan. طيب اليتيم العلماء أو في شريعة الإسلام قولان. In al-Islam there are two. The author mentions one. We'll give you both inshallah. اليتيم in English يترجمها ويقول the orphan. اليتيم. In English they may say in Islam there's a meaning. There are two positions of knowledge regarding the meaning of yatim, the orphan. Al-Rajih, the strongest opinion is this one. الذي يموت أبوه وهو صغير. طيب, this is the majority of the scholars' definition. الذي يموت أبوه وهو صغير. Right? And they say the yatim is the one whose was young. Not the father. الأب والأم. And some scholars say no, the father and the mother has to pass away. Some say the orphan is the one that his father passed away while he was still a child. And some say الذي, this should be Arabic, الذي يموت أبوه وأمه وهو صغير. Some scholars they say no, the father and has to pass away. This one is the yatim. So they differ. Okay, I'm trying to take that fatha away from. And the first definition, once again, is the majority of the scholars. They say that. Yamutu abuhu wa ummuhu وهو صغير. Some say the one that your father and mother passed away while he was. And the first definition is the majority. Scholars have that point of view. Al-Yatim, you're going to write Abuhu وهو صغير, the one who his father passed away when he was young. طيب نبدأ إن شاء الله بالسورة. So let's begin with the meaning of the surah يا إخوان. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين. Have you seen the one, O Muhammad, who denies, who belies, who does not see the truthfulness of the day of recompense? أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين. Have you not seen who يكذب? It's not denies only, but he doesn't believe it to be true. The recompense. The day of recompense. Meaning the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. كذب عكس صدق. كذب is the opposite of not كذب. كذب is the opposite of صدق. عكس صدق. عكس صدق. The opposite of صدق. صدق means to believe in. Not كذب. فعندنا في لغة العرب كذب وكذبة. There are a few different words in the Arabic language. كذب, and you have كذبة. كذب to belie, to deem. And then you have kadiba, a lie, or to make a mistake. The word kadhib can also mean to make. Sometimes they say such and such lie, meaning such wrong. The word kadhiba can also mean to make a mistake. You can use the word kadhiba. You say, oh, huwa kadhiba, he lied. Or it can mean he made an error. فَذَلِكَ يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي. What does he do? يَدُعُّ. One of the most rarest people to harm in Islam are orphans. Never harm an orphan, ya ikhwan. Anyone whose father passed away when he was young, treat him with honor. Anyone who his mother passed away when he was young, treat him with honor. Anyone that both of their parents passed away when they were young, in Islam. فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. That is the one who يَدُعُّ الْيَتِيمِ. He turns away, pushes away the orphan harshly. Severely. Not to ever an orphan. Anyone, the father has passed away, or the mother has passed away, or both of them have passed away. Don't raise your voice at them. Don't scream at them. Don't yell at them. Don't mistreat them in any manner. Whoever treats the orphan with honor and respect is going to be extremely close to the Messenger of Allah in the Jannah. Da'a yadu'u yadfa'u bishiddah. To push away severely. Da'a yadfa'u bishiddah. Not to turn away, to do more than turn away. To turn someone away from you. To push them away. To deal with them harshly. Bishiddah. Not you turn away, to turn someone away. To deal with. It's honorable, ya ikhwan, if a man has a wife and he has children, and the wife passed away while these children are young, for other women to rush if they can, and to marry this man and to help him with his children, his orphan children. That's an honorable reason. Or al-aqsu bil-aqs, the opposite. المرأة متزوجة مثلا بالشخص ومات هذا الشخص ولها هذا أو هذه الأولاد الصغار, or likewise the opposite. This woman is married, and then Allah decrees the father of her children, the husband, pass away, and she has these young children. Nowadays, us, we don't want to marry women that have children because we're ignorant. No, not me. She has those children. But religiously, especially for young, there'll be a tremendous way to enter into the Jannah. Allahu Akbar. You marry her on the strength of her children are orphans. And you want to marry her to help teach them Islam and show them Islam and guide them to Islam. And you're kind to them and gentle with them and ease with them, you'll be in the Jannah with the Messenger ﷺ extremely close. Allahu Akbar. Sometimes we forget about the reward. The reward. To us, to our women, it's all about money, most of them. It's all about what kind of car he drives, most of them. How fast is his motorcycle, most of them. How handsome, how tall. Alhamdulillah, la ba's. وَكَذَلِكَ الرِّجَالِ, likewise some of the men. أهلنا الجمال الطول اللون طول الشعر الشكل لا أين نحن من الدين. Most of us, the men, we're the same. The most important thing to us, her beauty. How tall is she? Her complexion. How long is her hair? How is her shape? How is this? How is that? What about the religion? What about the character? What about her manners? Something that many of us could care less about. We're so busy wrapped up in the beauty. The women are so busy wrapped up in the wealth. What about the manners? What about the conduct? What about his tamassuk bis sunnah wal kitab wa sunnah? What about does he try? Does she try to hold on to the book of Allah and the sunnah of the Messenger? These are more important, ya ikhwan. The women remind you, did you read today? Oh, Akbar. Not, did you see the new movie that's out? No. She says, did you read some Quran today, Akhi? Allahu Akbar. Did you go over some hadith today? How many classes you did today? Allahu Akbar. That's a tremendous reminder. She wakes you up for the Fajr. Wakes you up for the night prayer. For the duha. Allahu Akbar. That's more beautiful than any beauty, ikhwan. And people get offended when I say that. But the truth, أحق أن يتبع, أحق أن يتبع. But the truth has more right to be followed. More right. My proof is the statement of the Messenger عليه الصلاة والسلام. Hadith Abi Hurairah. عندما قال تنكح المرأة لأربع. When the Messenger of Allah says in a hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah, that's in Bukhari or Muslim, the woman is married for 4 reasons. Allahu Akbar. For 4 reasons. لمالها ولجمالها ولجمالها ولنسبها ولدينها. The Prophet of Allah said the woman is married for 4 reasons. Her beauty, her wealth, her lineage, her religion. Choose the one that has the religion and your hands will be wiped away, meaning you will be successful. As the Prophet said, it's simple. You take the most beautiful women or woman, you take the most handsome of men. طيب, لا بأس. What's more honorable? Her hair coming down her back, his face lights up like the sun, or someone that's holding on the Sunnah Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. There's no comparison, ya ikhwan. 1, all you're going to get is a physical desire. 2, a desire or a benefit of your soul. It's not always about the dunya. What about the reward? What about the reward? All of us say Salafi, Salafi, Hadithi, Hadithi, Hadithi. But in many aspects, we're far, far, far away from how the people of the Messenger والسلام, the companions of the Messenger والسلام, how they were. And may Allah make all of us, ya ikhwan, true followers of the Sunnah of the Messenger والسلام. طيب نرجع إلى درس. Let's return back to the lesson, يا إخوان. قال الله تعالى says, ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. ولا يحض. Once again, الذي يكذب بأنه belies the deen, the recompense, correction. ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. He does not يحض. حض, the word حض means to encourage. حض means حث. حث, encourage. A new word, first time hearing this word, حض. يحض, to encourage. تواصى, encourage, to call to. ولا يحض على طعام المسكين. This person who denies the deen, the recompense, he does not. ولا يحض. He does not encourage the feeding of the poor. The miskin made money coming in. The miskin can even have a job, but what he receives doesn't suffice him or her, or they have nothing. The miskin income, but what they bring in is not sufficient for them to live. It's not enough. It's not adequate enough. This la here, la and nafiya, the negative, what comes after it is going to be negative. This la, her name, anahiya, anafiya. The negative la, not the prohibitive la. There are two types of la. This is the la nafiya. The negative gates, not in the gate, in the negative. He does not encourage the feeding of the poor. The best deed is to treat the orphans good and to treat the poor and those who may have been oppressed, to treat them honored or honorably. Anyone poor, Muslim or not Muslim, treat them kindly. Doesn't mean you always have this, no, but you deal with them with kindness. One of the best deeds. Treating the poor kindly. Some nowadays, none of us is going to do this part. Invite someone poor to your home to feed them. Give them drink. Your wife makes a meal. You say, hold on, let's go down the street and get such and such poor and invite him to eat. Your wife is going to go crazy. No, they're not coming in my house. The man is never going to invite. We don't even invite Muslims to our homes. You give someone a ride nowadays. أنتم في المسجد هو صلى على جنبك. You in the masjid, pray right beside you. على جشرة, right next to you. كتفا إلى الكتف, كعبا إلى الكعب. His shoulder was on your shoulder. His foot was on your foot. وأنت توصله إلى البيت. You give him a ride to his house. قبل الوصول إلى البيت, right before you get there, he's going to say على جنب. Pull over يا أخي. لماذا؟ أكيد you. لا أنا لا أريد أحدا أن يعرف أين. He's going to say, no, that's okay. Drop me off right here on the corner. I have no one to know where I live. I'm your brother. Yeah, even if I don't like no one. We have to have defenses up, even with the Muslims nowadays. Call someone by his birth name. He's going to get offended. He may boycott you for 3 days because you called him by his birth name, not his Muslim name. My point, ya ikhwan, is as if we have lost the issues of brotherhood and sisterhood. When was the last time the sisters got together and had a sister day? Or the brothers get together and have brothers day? Alhamdulillah. We can do that. The women can get together from time to time if they're safe. Alhamdulillah. They're not in harm's way. They can have a good time. As the men, alhamdulillah. The Messenger of Allah used to raise you every time you say it. The Prophet of Allah used to wave down the street, running. I would love to witness the Prophet of Allah raising his beloved wife down the street. Now, we do nothing with our wives. Nothing. No fun. Nothing. We don't pray with them. We don't teach them. We don't have a fun time. We don't do anything with them. Like women with the men. With the men. They don't sit down with them. Sends him the food. She leaves. Where you going? I'm going to my sister's house. We don't do nothing for our families nowadays. Here's the Prophet of Allah, salam, running down the street with his blessed feet. And people think Islam is strict. No, where is the strictness? Where? This is the Prophet of Allah enjoying himself, his wife. If Islam was about strictness, how could the Prophet of Allah be running down the street with how? All right, let's get back here. We'll take one more inshallah ta'ala. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. ويل قبله before والحمدلله ويل وويل للمصلين. Fa is a harf. It's a conjunction. ويل. Who remembers the word layl? A whale. Whale. Kalima. Word of punishment. You're warning one from something. Lucky. Woe to you. You're warning her of something. So wail, you're going to say kalimatul adhab. What comes next is usually a wail. And you see the usually what comes next is a warn something. It's a kalimatul adhab, a word of frightening. So he says, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. So woe to those who pray. Allah says, to those who offer or observe prayer. What does Allah mean? Woe to those who offer prayer. Lazily, lately, the proper time. Where's that tafsir at? Where is that understanding? All we have here, those, sorry, ikhwan. All we have, look at the verse. He says, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Woe to those who pray. Abu Zubayr, the correct understanding. My question is, where is that at? Where do you derive that from? Huh? Ibn Kathir, Jamila. Many scholars. Before that, anyone? The Prophet. We mentioned this. One of the best ways to understand the Quran is what? And by Quran. Memorize that. One of the best ahsanu bil Quran. Write this down, ikhwan. Min طريق من طرق التفسير التفسير بالقرآن. One of the best, some scholars say the best, but it's one of the best. Where's my طيب, let's add house. من من أحسن طريق من طرق التفسير القرآن بالقرآن. One of the best ways, or ways from the way of tafsir is Quran. What does this mean, ikhwan? Quran by Quran. Ahsanti, Aliyah. Jamilan. Where you have Allah Ta'ala mentions something generally somewhere, and somewhere else, He mentions it in detail. Something is mentioned in the Quran, and Allah Ta'ala explains what that thing is in the Quran. Like in this verse, when you look at it, if you're really paying attention, how is Allah saying, woe to those who pray? Then the meaning of this comes in the very next ayah. What do you mean, oh Allah, those who pray? The next ayah, Allah explains, Alladina, this goes back to hum. Who is going back to Musallun? Alladina hum an salatihim. Who here? Those who pray. Sahun. They pray, but they pray lazy. It's one thing to pray. It's one thing to pray out of laziness, rushing, haste. The game is about to go on or come on. You can't miss the game. I know it's recorded, and they're going to play it every Monday for the rest of your life, and it's on every app recorded after that. I know that, but it's the game, yahi. I can't miss the game. My salah, Allah's most merciful. I can't miss the game. So before the game starts, little 3 minutes right there before the tip off, and he rushes, he prays heedlessly. His mind is not really there. No, he's worried about the game. Pray, so he's gonna rush. This is sahun. He's here. For example, they make but just before the comes out, they hurry up, rush on purpose. That little bit of time there. No. And say they delay it outside of its time. The prayer has a certain time, a beginning and an end. Except after the time of the prayer is in. This is their regimen. Not from time to time. No. This is their pattern. So the fact that here that Allah Ta'ala التي كان قبلها بعدها, He mentions the meaning of what came before it, after it. It's one of the best ways to understand the Quran, when the Quran explains itself. And there's a book out that many of us don't give no credit to, ya ikhwan, by one of the greatest of our time. From Africa. Allahu Akbar. Sometimes sleep on the African. They're not as famous. They're not as popular. But knowledge-wise, holding, ya ikhwan. Holding. Memorizing machines. One of the great imams of Africa that many of us have never heard of. Sheikh Omar Falata. One of the greatest memorizers you're ever going to study. Sheikh Falata. Muhammad Falata. Olden, ya ikhwan. Doesn't really have, mashallah. He's the sheikh of almost the shuyukh that we quote today. I'll give you another sheikh. Some people, they try to criticize because he's not known to warn against people by name a lot. But he's still alive today. The Sheikh Muhammad Ibn Mukhtar al-Shinqiti. Holding, ya ikhwan, a memorizing machine from Africa. Holding, a sheikh in Medina, they made him from the major scholars of today. Sheikh Muhammad Ibn Mukhtar Shinqiti. Holding. He's from the same tribe of the sheikh we're about to mention. From Shinqiti. Yes, they have said who are careful there. Yes, that's true. But these one here in particular, is a scholar of the Sunnah. Allahu Akbar. Ibn Mukhtar al-Shinqiti. Holding. And the one who wrote the book that we're talking about is in his family. The big sheikh from Shinqiti. And he is Muhammad Amin al-Shinqiti. Greatest books of tafsir you go study, and he explains the Quran by the Quran. Allahu Akbar. I think he may have the only Quran like that ever. Sheikh Muhammad Amin al-Shinqiti, rahimahullah. The Sheikh of our Shuyukh, Sheikh Muqbil, I believe he's a contemporary of Sheikh Ibn Abbas, Sheikh Uthaymeen, rahimahullah. Memorizing machine, ikhwan. And there's another Umar Falata. One is Umar ibn Muhammad and one is Muhammad ibn Hassan. His name is either Umar ibn Muhammad or Muhammad ibn Umar. I forget at this moment, ikhwan. His name is Muhammad ibn Hassan. They both are Ahl, and they both used to teach in the. This last one here is the. This book is called Al-Dawa Al-Bayan. His book of tafsir. I'm going to read it, ikhwan. Lights of clarification. So the Sahun, we'll do this last part here. He says, الغافلون الذين لا يصلون إلا خارج الوقت. So the Sahun, the verse, Sahun, those who are lazy. But what does it mean? One of them, those who are ghafil, they are heedless. I'm gonna write ghafilun, they are heedless. La yusallun, and they do not actually fi waqtiha. You can pray and still be sinful. You can do and still be, and still be wrong in Islam. Bounty, ikhwan. لا يصلون الصلاة في وقتها. They're praying. Praying is good. They're not praying in the proper time. The heedless. Do not pray in its proper time. Usual. Not one time you missed the salah and you're making it up out of its proper time. Not like that. This is their custom. This is their quality, their description. They usually pray the salawat outside of its time. So we'll stop there. For homework, write this verse 3 times in Arabic with the vowels. May Allah bless you all, ya ikhwan. So we'll stop there, inshallah ta'ala. وسبحانك اللهم أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
This was the verse and the meaning of Salat.
Hey, now, but I want you to write the whole for homework. Hey, now.
3 times, right?
This 3 times. May Allah bless you, ya Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now, sorry, 1 second, Sheikh. من أحسن الطريق من طرق تفسير القرآن بالقرآن. نعم. You got it, Sheikh? Bye-bye. وفيكم بارك الله. السلام